Welcome back to Leakyvws, and today I have a surprise for you. Right in front of me, I have yet another 12-valve VR6 that I'm going to be doing a complete build on. Now you might be asking yourself, hey Ethan, why are you building another 12-valve VR6? Didn't you just do one of those for your Rabbit? Great observation, yes I did. However, that engine is a naturally aspirated motor, and it was honestly just easier to do this because I want to do a turbo motor. I want to just build this thing to be insane. I want to make my Rabbit to be almost undrivable because of how fast it will be. So without any further ado, let's rewind a little bit to picking up this motor, and let's just start ripping into this thing.
All right, Shane, what are we doing?
Stealing. Picking up an engine.
Yes.
We're putting it in there.
Yeah, we got to get another VR6 from good old Philly. All right, Shane, we just very shoddily have it put in the back there. I hope you can't see it because I'm in the way, but the VR6 is in there. They put it kind of in the absolute rear of the trailer, so we had quite the hell of a time strapping it down, so it may or may not stay on the way back, but I guess we'll see.
She might go somewhere.
And somewhere it might be on I-95. Junkyard motor for you. Little black oil, you know, 80 bajillion miles. I'm assuming the Junkyard just drained all the oil out of here, because yeah, I mean that would make sense. But all this is like all loose, so just want to see if there's any sparkliness. Oh wow, that filter looks crushed. Oops. So now that I pre-sprayed all the bolts, I'm going to get to starting to tear this thing apart. So first thing I'm going to rip off is the intake manifold and a lot of the other stuff on the front that I don't need. As you can tell, I've never worked on an AFP before. The plugs actually have like pulley things on them. I don't need this thing anymore. What am I hooked on? Oh, there's a ground. Injectors are def old because I just touched this one, it disintegrated. mid-engine disassembly update. Hold on, let me turn on my flashlight so you can see in there. It's bad. As you can see, she's a little crusty. Very oily, as per most Volkswagens are. Just oil everywhere. Yeah, we love Volkswagens, you know how it is. I'm going to preemptively stuff these with paper towels, a bit more crap in them. Alright, my neighbor's kind of blowing off their driveway right now, which is kind of annoying, but I want to do this so I can keep making progress. This is sort of a mid-tear down progress update. Everything is honestly doing pretty well. Very oily, more oily than I thought it was going to. This engine allegedly has 86,000 miles on it. Honestly, this is the lowest mile old Volkswagen engine that I've ever had my hands on, so I didn't really honestly know what to expect. Very oily. But I also just want to take a second here to tell you guys, if you made it this part of the video, I'm going to give you a reward. If you go to Barn Motorsports right now and use the code BARN at checkout, I'll give you 10% off of whatever you order. You just go look on there. I've got a couple of merch items. I've also got a couple of other things. I'm not actually sure what'll be on there by the time this video comes out, but just give the products a look. I'll throw a couple of things up on the screen just to kind of give you an example of what I got on there. If you like the channel and you want to help support me build stuff like this, then go check out the items and maybe pick up something if you like it. But anyway, let's get back to tearing this thing down.
I lost my calibration.
Nah, it's like right there. Is it metal or plastic?
Smells metal to me. Play-Doh. Cookie dough.
Well, good thing I'm rebuilding it. Check. Getting kind of totaled. I do this every single time. Alright, after getting hit in the eye 3 times trying to peel off this old, now hardened to basically plastic valve cover gasket here, I've given up on that. So we'll either probably get a new one or I'll just switch to the AAA metal one. Looking under here, honestly, looks pretty good. Definitely light years better than the AAA with 200 and some thousand miles that I ripped apart earlier. Just looking at these cams here, it's a little weird wear spot there. No, I guess they all kind of have that. But let's give this thing a turn. Let's see how it is. So we're just a little off the top of the center. I found the timing mark, so I'm just gonna turn it 1 rotation and see how everything kind of spins. I don't think it has good compression. Yeah, so that's silly. The VR6 is just getting silly in me. Or maybe it's just because yeah, there was a weird spot there. Sounds like it has a good compression at least. Yeah, that's... She got a little bit of slack to her. There we go. Now the real question is, are the guides broken? Ooh, it smells bad. Okay. Oh, cracked timing guide. Look at that. So yeah, there she is. That's the cracked timing guide right there. That's exactly where my other one was cracked, right in that same spot. So it appears that it's still kind of, oh, nope, it's not. It's disconnected. So it's kind of guiding it still, but I'm interested to see if the pickup is clogged like how my other one was. Alright, so here's the plugs. This is exactly how I pulled them out of the engine. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy here was really oily, which was kind of concerning at first. But then I was seeing like kind of where the oil was pulling here, and it was kind of dripping down. So I'm assuming the valve cover was just leaking and just kind of dripping in there because it looked very wet in there. But honestly, it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna tear this apart anyway, but it's interesting to see. overall, it honestly looks pretty good. So here we've got the block and the rotating assembly. Cylinder walls look okay, honestly, not horrible. There's some crap in there, so I'm not gonna turn it over. But no like deep scoring from what I can see. Definitely smooth, so they'll have to be bored out. Looks overall what I would expect. There is definitely some coolant in there, so that's gonna suck when I turn this thing over, but yeah, dirty, needs to be cleaned, and it will be. So here's the bottom of the engine. Honestly, doesn't look bad except for there's a piece of guide just chilling. So yeah, looks good. Let's just start ripping the rest of this apart. Look worn. They don't look bad. I don't have anything like catching on my finger now. So, alright, cool. Let's get this piston out. There's number one. Yeah, you can just pull it out. Out the big guns. It felt like it was either the breaker bar was about to break her,
itself in half, or it was gonna go.
But what would we? I don't think. I feel like it would have bananaed another way. Nah, it's okay. It's okay, my breaker bar. There she is. She's bare now. Now let's kind of look at these bearings. They feel pretty good. I mean, they look pretty good. Like there's nothing really. Yeah, I mean, they look pretty good. This one, nothing's catching my nail, so. I mean, the bearings are getting replaced anyway, so this doesn't really matter, but it's just interesting to see. So yeah, I mean, this engine seemed pretty healthy.
Here she is. Here's the bare VR block, and honestly, it looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to putting together the rest of this build. Now, I still have the head together, but I want to make a whole episode of tearing that thing apart and fully building it from start to finish. That includes taking it apart, sending it to the machine shop, having it decked, and then also porting and polishing the head itself. I'm also going to be fully refreshing the block, cleaning it real nice, degreasing it, giving it a nice coat of paint. That way, when it gets into the car, it looks as good as the car that it's going to be going into. Also, check out Motorsports to see all the stuff that I have on there now. If you want to directly support making this VR insane and honestly just helping to keep these engines alive and keep people building them, then check out this line of VR6 merch I have on the website. I have stickers, hoodies, and t-shirts, and all the money from that will go directly into research and development for making this platform even better than it already is. In the future, I'm going to have a lot of stuff for the VR6 on there. I want to build a rebuild kit. Exactly everything that I'm going to be using to rebuild this engine, I'm going to have in a kit on the site. That way, if you wanted to replicate this build that you're seeing right in front of me, you could do that and be super easy and not have to go and search around a million websites and try to figure out what parts you actually need and what parts you don't. It'll just all be included. I'm also going to be building a turbo kit. So again, everything that I'm going to be using on this engine will be sold on there. Basically, I just want to make it so that you don't have to do any sort of R&D. You just use all the R&D that I've already done and it's just going to be on there. If you're liking the VR6 content, leave a like on the video, and I'll make sure that I really focus on getting these videos out as soon as I can for you guys. Also, if you want to see other old Volkswagen content, make sure you subscribe if you're not already. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.